Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. This is Christelle Martinette, and this is a reading for Virgo for the month of January. Do go visit my website, new and old subscribers, www.christellemartinette.com, and or write to me, readings@christellemartinette.com. You'll find at my website, you'll find a lot of information about me. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I work with past life regression, and I also work with the Akashic Records. I'm a certified Akashic Records reader, and I work with soul therapy. And that means soul groups. That means soul karmic ties. That means soul mates, and what they mean to you, and how you can push them away, keep them close. Why isn't it working out? Okay, what are the blocks and restrictions in your life? It's a very in-depth type of work. I'm going to ask you now to start thinking right, center, or left. I have the VERA SIBILLA cards here. The first part of the reading is for the month of January. And the second part of the reading involves a tarot deck, one tarot card for each of the zodiac signs in relation to you in the month of January. So, I'm going to cut the cards in half, and then I'm going to lay them in three decks. Right, center, left. The right. The other two I turn around, and that's the immediacy of the situation. Then I lay rows of 5 cards. Think, yes. Interesting here. Interesting. What do we have right around now? You come into January. There's communication of a very, very new type. There's new types of communication. There's a new communication buzzing around you. And this could be starting writing, chatting with someone you meet online. And it's very new, but it's also very, I don't want to say simple, but it's very naive. It's very different from other types of communication. It's welcome communication. There's no undertones. There's no, no hidden message lurking out there. Then what we have in the first week, in the beginning of January, really, is a very happy situation. On the one hand, happy. That changes into a very sad occurrence in relation to someone who's dear to you. Now, this could mean a breakup in a relationship. That's definitely right when you thought that the engagement was going to come, you leave each other for some reason. Or it has to do with a work position where you're very, very happy, but all of a sudden you get laid off. Your boss, the person you highly respect, came and gave you that information. Now, there is nonetheless, the cards here are also telling me in the beginning of the month of January that whatever that situation that goes from high to low, it brings you harmony. It brings you harmony, and it also brings you a situation that's very hopeful for the future, because you already see the signs that what has occurred is not closing the door, but opening a huge portal for you. The second week, let's say towards the second week, we have a new job prospect. Okay, on the job, finally things seem to look bright to you, and it's something that you've been waiting for a long time. However, there is in this prospect some hidden offer, or there's a catch. There's a caveat that you are not really told clearly about in the beginning, that you're thinking about not taking. And you realize that that was a good move, that will be even a good move. We're talking about the future here. because there's a male in the workplace that does not have your best interests in mind. What does that lead to? Right, we're going into the third, after the second, just starting the third. We find a series of communications that were misrepresented. I'll say it like that. Misrepresented in the sense that I could say people lied about you, all right? But it's not exactly that way. Your progress was shown, was let's say, underplayed. And their progress or their success was underscored, okay? Now, what I see is that, one, it really hits you in the gut of pride, right? It really does hit your ego. You really take a beating. Your ego takes a beating. But it teaches you a lesson. It teaches you a lesson, first of all, to go look elsewhere. And I do see you in the third week, maybe midweek, looking and even going on a job interview or meeting someone that will tell you, look, get away from that bond that you have with that company. Okay, I know you wrote a contract and it's a 1-year contract. If you step back, you're going to get a loss. Try to get out as soon as you can. There's going to be a meeting. It could be a perchance meeting. It could be someone who intervenes through another person that you know, that you meet, and then you talk shop with them. Towards the end of the month, and this is the best part, is that you're starting to feel much lighter in what is happening to you. You're seeing the situation with different eyes. People that used to bother you before do not anymore. There is an extremely positive change in relation to communication as well. You remember that I said in the beginning, the month starts out with a bit of news, communication, written communication, that is different. Well, it also closes with communication, and it comes in the form of writing. That also really is heartwarming, because all of a sudden you see, life is such a mixture of highs and lows. But all in all, if you are able to orient yourself and keep your balance, things come around to you what they should. Karma is really, they say, a bitch. But in this sense, you are playing your cards right. At the end of the month, you have such high self-esteem, and you're very, very pleased about that. I'm going to cast the runes over this reading and see what they have to add to this January situation. All right, what do we have here? Well, it's my way. I'm doing it my way. That's your song for the month of January. I did it my way. All right, you do it your way. You do it your way, and that's the song. You're dancing to that tune, and it's this hard-headedness that is able to help you, Virgo, get through the difficult times. Now, you are not, as we said in the beginning of the year, you're not protected, you're emotionally speaking, because you don't see something coming, and it does come to an end, either on the job or a relationship. And it is, I have 2 runes here, Bjork, Berkana, Merkstave, and the Yew tree here, Algi's Merkstave, they're upside down, that tell me that. But there's also Lagos Lagus, that is Merkstave, which tells me you will take an emotional hit. So expect that. Now, expect that around the first week. It's going to be an emotional hit, and it will be an emotional hit. It will cause you to become stronger and to be stubborn, and that is what's going to get you out. You do it your way, and you insist on doing it your way. Then we have here Wunyo, of course, this beautiful, 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 both Wunyo, look at that, and Manats. And you can see that Manats looks like 2, oops, but it's not upside down. It's actually a right side up. 2 Wunyos, one face to face. There's joy in a relationship, Okay, there's joy in a relationship that comes during the month of January. And this is why the month ends in such a high note. So let's bear that in mind and do it your way, Virgo. All right, so let's get to the second part of the reading this month. And that is the people, the other zodiac signs in relation to you and what they mean for you. What is their role in the month of January? I'm going to be using a deck called the Gold Edition of the Egorov Tarot. It's a Russian tarot deck, and some of the major arcana are different, slightly different. They have different meanings as well, and will be read differently. But let's get on with the show. Both the reading and this, if I haven't said it before, remember that it's for Virgo sun, moon, and rising sign. Here too, when I talk about Virgo and Aries, Virgo and Taurus, it's about Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, and Aries, sun, moon, and rising as a couple, or as whatever happens, whatever comes into your future in the month of January. We'll see that now. Beautiful deck this is. It's Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Virgo will be read in relation to yourself and potentially other Virgoans. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarian, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Well, let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Aries. We have Aries and Virgo. Aries represented by the Chariot. This is a person that will be a very positive person for you, Virgo. The Aries in your life, Virgo, are the ones that will get you up and out the door, up and moving, doing, creating. This is a person who's going to be highly influential to you the month of January. Both, it could be on the job, could be just a friend, could be a romantic relation as well. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords for Taurus. The Taurus person in your life, Virgo, is a person who's going to be a sparring partner, you know, punching bag with you. You know, they're going to be the devil's advocate. They're going to make you think and look, and they're playfully even. There'll be a playful energy, but an energy that was going to tell you, look, this is happening. Why don't you look at it this way? What if this happens? Are you ready for that? You know, interesting that is. Then we have the Gemini person in your life, which is represented by the Seven of Wands. Isn't that interesting? Two sevens, Seven of Wands. Here, we have a little bit of a similar to the Taurus person, except the Gemini person in your life is going to have a greater impact emotionally and passionately. They're going to, it's something that will not only be thought about, you have to think like the Taurus will say, look, think of it this way, think of it. No, this Gemini person is going to bring you, put your nose into the fact of what it will mean to you, your passions. Are you sure you want to go there with that person? Don't you realize that? And they're going to cause what we on the East Coast in the States say agita, you know, the Italian Americans, agita, anxiety. They cause anxiety. And, but anxiety caused in a positive sense, these Gemini people for you, Virgo, because they make you see things different, or they invite you to see things, whether you want to see them or not. That is your prerogative. Then we have the Cancer people in your life. We have the Nine of Wands. And help me, Lord. This Cancer person for you is going to be so cumbersome, burdensome. I don't even know if that's a word. Burdensome? Maybe I'm going to look that up after with the reading. They will be carrying a load. And there's a double reading here. They will want to unload on you, and they will want to have an ear or a shoulder to cry on, or they're going to bring you their load and really ask you to shoulder the load with you. This could be anywhere from a person who is a former lover, a former husband or wife who has lost a job and they need, you know, so that you bear that in mind. And it's also somebody, but nonetheless, They have heavy-duty problems to deal with. Then we have the Leo person in your life, the Eight of Wands. Wowie, 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 wowie. A lot of people call these the shooting wands of love, all right? It's very fast-moving, and I think all tarot readers will agree that the Eight of Wands is a fast-moving card. And the Leo person in your life is a person who's going to get you to do things that maybe you're not ready to do. Let's put it that way. For example, oh, come on, don't sit and mull over that person who just left your life. Come on, get out. We need to have some fun. And you're just not happy about that. You're not there yet. You want to mull over things. You need to go through and dissect the things. But be prepared for this fun-loving energy coming into your life in the form of a Leo person. Then we have the Virgo, another Virgo, a fellow Virgo, or you. And I'll give you that both readings. We have the Two of Wands now. The Two of Wands as another person in your life, another Virgo in your life, is a person who will be, par excellence, will be the devil's advocate. They will want to butt heads with you. The devil's advocate in trying to bring you to see things that are going to be antagonistic. They literally will be antagonistic to you, no matter what you share with them. So be prepared for that. If it relates to you the way you have a relation with yourself, Virgo, it's going to be antagonistic. You're not going to be sure. There's going to create doubt. There's going to be doubt the month of January in terms of, should I do this? Should I not do that? But look, I had this and that. And it's always, you're always giving yourself another option. And so that let's be ready for that. Okay. Then we have a Libra. The Libra person in your life is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. Here we've got another person, the Libra person in your life, that could be annoying in a funny way. They could be annoying in a funny way. On the one hand, you feel like they're playing with you. But on the other hand, they make you so angry, you could kill them, literally. So this is a person that you have to have patience with, the Libra in your life, in order for them not to upset you. Then we have the Scorpio person in your life, represented by the Ten of Wands. Well, if we saw a Cancer who was so heavy, the Scorpio in your life, also a water sign, watch that, also a water sign who is however, at the end of a difficult cycle and is in the relationship with you, in some way, job, money, finance, it's over. The bad times are over. Amen. But it's still, there's still that aftermath in January with them. Okay, then we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius is lovely. This is lovely. A star. This is how I imagine the Sagittarian spirit, the star. Everybody who sees a Sagittarian, they're smiling. You get a feeling that there's light around them and they're happy-go-lucky and they're playful and knowledgeable and they like to play with knowledge because it's fun and they're stimulated by an intellectual game of fun. What do they mean for you? They're in the month of January. They're going to help you understand things that you're not unable to understand yourself. And how do I mean that? I mean that they'll be guiding you. They'll be guiding you. And if you have come to them and say, look, I don't know what to do. There's this 3-per-party situation. And I don't know whether to get rid of that person or what they want from me. I don't know. Well, look, why don't you just try and do this and this and this and this? Come with me. I have another, friend of mine is in the same situation. Maybe you could meet them, this type of person. Then we have a Capricorn here. We have a Capricorn here, the 8 of Coins. The Capricorn person is a person that says to you, look, Virgo, see that up there? You see that up there? I bet you didn't see that yesterday. Tomorrow, come back, same spot, look up there and see how it changed it seems to you. Remember that point right there is important to you. Why? Because it's different from all of the other areas. And they make you see the unique nature in anything. If you're down and out, they'll say, come on, I have to buy a pair of shoes. Oh, aren't these shoes funny? You know, aren't these shoes funny? I think that aren't they? You know, they take you, they have a very playful nature, and they bring a heavy dose of, a healthy dose of spirituality in your life the month of January. Then we have an Aquarian in your life represented by the Six of Swords. Well, if there's anyone with whom you can go literally sailing, poor thing, sailing, I'll have to deal with that later. You can do that with an Aquarian this month, because the Aquarians are literally going to take you to a better place, both mentally and physically, metaphorically as well. You will be in good hands with an Aquarian this month of January. And the last card is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, isn't that lovely? The Knight of Cups, Pisces person in your life, a water sign indeed. The water sign is, the Pisces is going to bring you something. They'll bring you something. We can also say that they'll bring you new love. You know, that's the typical reading of a tarot reader with that card. But it's more than that. It's an opportunity. It could be a younger person who represents an opportunity for you in the form of a Piscean here. Ladies and gentlemen, Virgo friends, I do hope this was of help for you for the month of January. And I really appreciate your support. It's a joy for me to be able to interact with you this way. Do visit my website, as I said, or write to me. Namaste. And thank you for your support. I just said that. Subscribe, like, share. I would appreciate that. Until we read together again, Virgo.